Be rich. You're gonna be rich. You're gonna be rich. You're gonna be rich. You're gonna be rich. That is a mantra which I have repeated, and it's going to be the theme of this entire video. Folks, welcome to my free guide on launching your own TikTok shop. It's about over an hour long, and just some important context about this video before we jump into things. It's going to be a real raw video, okay? This is something that I hashed together as I was going along my journey. And I predicted that I would have a community, okay? Literally, in most of the videos, I'm not even wearing the Viral Circle uniform. This is something that I put together along the way as I was learning from my journey, because this journey changes fast. People have asked me, why have I given this guide away? Why have I given it away for free? It's simple, really. I want you to decide and to have all the information you need to have to decide if this is a business model for you that you are going to put time into. Because when people work with us in our Done For You mentorship, they come to us saying, James, it's fantastic what you've shared, and I want to do this, and I know what I need to do, and I know the right questions to ask. They don't come to us saying, I have no idea what TikTok Shop is. I don't know what to ask, so I just need help quickly. There's a very different circumstance there, isn't there? The reason we're sharing this is, as TikTok Shop partners, we are determined to not take advantage of people who just don't know anything. That's not who we want to be. That's not where we want to be, because those kinds of clients can be quite difficult to work with, okay? So we want to give away stuff to you for free so you have a basic understanding. And those are often the kinds of clients that don't take action anyway because they have paralysis by analysis and they're just thrown straight into the deep end. So I do hope you enjoy this free course. This is something that I put together as I was going along my journey for a lot of it. And if you stick around to the end, I'm going to have something exciting to share with you. This is about 30% of the value that we share in our program, okay? In our Done For You mentorship program, where I'll get onto that towards the end of the video, but I want you to enjoy this video first. And if this video is at any point too confusing for you, book in a call with us, okay? I'm going to leave a call link at the bottom with a form which asks a few questions about your situation, so we actually connect with you, we get to know your circumstances better, and we get to see if a Done For You program is a good fit for you, because we want to work with ambitious, like-minded people who want to make this work. We don't want to work with people who don't know how to apply anything, or they don't know anything about TikTok Shop. So enjoy the course, go through it. I shouldn't be giving this away for free, but I did it anyway. People told me not to give it away, but I just said, look, we're making a name for ourselves, which will, months from now, it will be a huge brand name, okay? The Viral Circle will be known among TikTok creators, and we are determined to do right by you guys. We are committed to your success. So this was a long intro. This is a long way of saying enjoy the free course, but I didn't want to just throw it on my YouTube channel and just put it out into the void with no context, and then people just watch it and think, whatever, I'll get back to this in a few months, and not take action. This isn't something that you just watch passively like you watch TV. Apply yourself. Come back to us with questions, if any. And if this is a business model that you would make a success of because you would apply yourself and you're a good creator, let's say, or you're a brand owner already, then we want to talk with you. We want to make something, we want to build something with you, essentially. Folks, I love you. Go ahead and enjoy. If this course seems unpolished to you, then it's meant to be, okay? It's meant to be unpolished. It's just a cluster of everything that I had to pick up along the way, and it's just 30% of the value that we can share with you if we work with you. Enjoy. Welcome to the TikTok Shop Seller course, episode 1. I'm so glad you folks are here. It's been a long time coming, but we wanted to sit down and show exactly step by step how to set up your TikTok shop, how to scale it, and how to be financially free. That's why we're all here, right? I'm so excited to have you on this course. You're exactly where you need to be to learn from the best about how to be a TikTok shop brand owner so that you can scale this business on this platform and scale on other platforms internationally if needed, opening multiple stores. This community and this course and how we help you is going to be everything you need to know to be a seller. And we're going to start by setting up our business in the UK. Now, you probably weren't expecting to see this page first, a Tide page. This isn't even TikTok related. This is because we need to set up our business so that it is recognized by HMRC and it is a limited company which is accepted by TikTok. I'm not sure how much you know about TikTok, but unlike Facebook and other platforms, you need to be a limited business, a limited company, LTD, to set up on TikTok Shop. We have looked at other options on how to set up a limited company. You can do this through Companies House. The nice thing about Tide is they will also give you a business account as well as setting up your limited company. They'll give you a domain. They'll give you an email address. All this stuff is super useful and they don't have any hidden fees or stuff like that. So we first need to start our business before we start on TikTok. So you're going to go to tide.co, open an account. I can only assume if you're watching this course, you are at least somewhat tech savvy, right? So I don't need to go through all the details on how to set up an account on Tide. You'll need your email address, phone number, a couple of details about where you live. Use a real address. Be honest about all the information that you use, because the information that you use to set up your company will be given to TikTok and you don't want any mismatches or incorrect information. So please use all of your correct info. And yeah, once you've set up on Tide and got your limited company certificate, by the way, you will be a registered company. This option here, your company is registered with UK Companies House. You must be a director of the company to open an account. So yes, register yourself as the director of the company. Do not set up as a sole trader. You are setting up a limited company. Once you have set up a limited company, you will get the certificate of incorporation. This is publicly available for everyone on Companies House. It will use, you will have your company number, the name of the company, etc. So once you have that, we can then set up on TikTok Shop. Woohoo! So the thing is with this, there are a couple of methods that you can use to set up. The quickest way that we've found is obviously you set up with Tide, your business, you get the limited company. We then recommend you set up a new TikTok account, brand new. And it doesn't matter if it doesn't have any followers. Just use your business email address to set up a new TikTok account. So when we say business email address, we mean info@businessname.com, and set up a new TikTok account, even if it has 0 followers. The reason we do that is because we're going to sign up with TikTok with that actual account, and it will automatically link that account to your seller profile, and you can start selling from that seller profile, that seller account straight away. If you're a TikTok affiliate, you probably know that you need 500 followers or 1,000 followers or 5,000 followers to be an affiliate, whatever the number is, it keeps changing. But as a seller, you don't need any followers to start. You just need to register the brand and get the account linked to a shop, even if you have 0 followers. So we're going to go ahead, and when you have made that account on TikTok, you're going to go ahead and sign up with that TikTok account. Make sure that you are logged in to the correct account on your PC if you have multiple accounts. So as you can see, I can switch the account if I want. So go ahead and log in with the new account that you've just gone ahead and made with your business email address that you'll have got from Tide. Once you have that information, you're going to add your contact information and you'll be taken to the UK site. We're now here on the TikTok seller dashboard. You will be registering your business as a corporation, guys. go ahead and upload the company certificate that you'll have got from Tide. Go ahead and upload that as a quick file and hit next. Fill out the name and hit next. You'll then be taken to this page where you'll need your passport or driving license. You will need to quickly follow the instructions on screen. Give your legal name, date of birth, driving license number if you're using your driving license. You will then go ahead and add your shop name. For this demonstration, we're using a throwaway name. Add your business email address, contact information, etc. Make sure that everything is in check, and when you are ready, go ahead and submit. Well, congrats, you are now on the TikTok Shop platform. You will then need to set up shipping, add your product. It's worth bearing in mind that registering your business will be pending. We're going to go through in future how to bulk upload, sync with your online store with Amazon, Shopify, BigCommerce. Now, this stuff doesn't matter. There's not much you can do. It is a waiting game while your information is pending. If you've done this correctly, then within 24 hours, you should get the email saying that they are pleased to inform you that your application for TikTok Shop has been successful. We're going to quickly go through adding payment verification. This is crucial that you get this right. If you get this amber notification at the top of your page, just go ahead and fill out the details. I'm going to leave it there for this episode. Go ahead and set up your business with Tide. Create a new TikTok account, and then go ahead and apply to TikTok Shop. In the next episode, we'll go through the rest of the setup. Hey folks, welcome to the free course version of how to set up an LLC. This is going to be relevant if you are an American citizen trying to set up a TikTok shop. You will likely require an LLC. I'm just going to show some quick pointers here on setting up, and I'm also going to attach a free guide at the bottom of the video showing on the situation and circumstances of which you should set up an LLC and how to do that. So why do you need an LLC? So first, let's just talk about why you should even set up one in the first place. If you're selling online, taking payments, or running any kind of business, even something small like a TikTok shop, affiliate marketing, or coaching, you're technically operating as a sole proprietor by default. That means that you are the business. So your personal name, your registered personal bank account, your personal liability, all of it is on the line. If anything goes wrong, like say a refund dispute or a supplier issue, a legal claim, they can go directly after you personally. So your assets, savings, and everything are under your personal name. Now, we have never seen or heard or experienced an actual issue with this, especially when you are just starting out. You are not a massive business like Goalie or something that it can be liable for huge refunds, okay? That is not a problem. If you're just setting out, you do not need to worry about concerns like this. That said, just so everything is watertight, squeaky clean, your suppliers trust you, you have tax benefits, setting up an LLC is recommended. And a limited liability company legally separates you from the business. So if something happens inside the business, it stays inside the business. The second reason is credibility, because like I say, banks, suppliers, and even platforms like TikTok Shop or Stripe, they do look at you differently once you're an official business entity. There could be a lot of time wasters otherwise joining the platform. So when they see you, it's not just John Doe or some random guy online. It's John Doe LLC. And you are a registered business with structure and legitimacy. The third part, like I say, is tax flexibility. As your income grows, you can change how your LLC is taxed. You can write off legitimate expenses and take advantage of deductions that don't apply to individuals. So the bottom line is an LLC gives you protection, professionalism, and flexibility. So in terms of how to set up your LLC, we can break this down so you just literally follow along and follow the guide that's below. The fastest and most reliable way to do this is through a Northwest registered agent, which is linked. They're the service I recommend because they handle all the paperwork, provide a legal address, protect your privacy, and they let you stay completely compliant without the nonsense upsells that other companies can hit you with. In terms of the process, choose your state. If you live in one state and actually operate there, meaning you're based there, you run your business from there, or you sell locally, I would file your LLC in your home state. That's the simplest route because there's no double taxes, there's no foreign registration later. But if you operate purely online, let's say you're selling through TikTok Shop or e-commerce and don't have a physical presence anywhere, then you can file in a low-cost, business-friendly state like Wyoming or Texas. Wyoming is known for its low fees, strong privacy, and minimal yearly cost. So either way, Northwest will handle all the state-specific stuff for you. You just pick the state during checkout. So if you go to a Northwest registered agent, they will be able to sort this for you. That's this one right here. So you're going to go and click Start a Business, then click LLC, and you will choose your state from the drop down. You'll go ahead and be taken to this page where you get started. In terms of entering your business details, you will need your business name. This has to be a unique name in your state, so you can check availability right on the form. As a pro tip, you can add LLC at the end. It doesn't have to be fancy. Just think like Next Gen Labs LLC or Peak Media LLC. In terms of a management type, you can go ahead and choose member managed. That just means you run the business directly instead of hiring managers. As for members, in most cases, it's just going to be yourself, so you can go ahead and just add yourself to this. Now, that keeps your home address private and compliant with state law. This is the biggest reason that I recommend you use a registered agent's address here using Northwest. Most states require a registered office with a real street address, not a PO box. Northwest provides that for you automatically. You can skip the unnecessary upsells, apologies. You'll see optional add-ons like operating agreements or EIN filing or phone services. Feel free to go ahead and add them if you want a completely done-for-you service. If you're trying to keep costs low, skip most of them for now. You can register for like, what, $39? I think that's what it said here, plus a few state fees. So you can have an official business registered and operating very quickly. That said, if you don't want to deal with the IRS, the Northwest can set up an EIN for you for a small extra fee. Otherwise, you can actually go ahead and do this through the IRS website yourself for free if you just look up how to get an employer identification number. Even if you're not planning on hiring employees, like I say, this will still be required. So, in terms of paying for your form and for your LLC, once you submit the form and pay your state's filing fee, usually between, like I say, $40 and $150, usually won't be as high as $150. It may depend on the state. Northwest will file your LLC with the Secretary of State. Processing time depends on the state. Some approve it instantly and others take a few business days. You'll get your official articles of organization once it is approved. And yes, this is totally worth every single cent, guys. That's the document that legally creates your company. Keep that safe. You'll need it for banking and tax setup. This process doesn't necessarily have to be stressful, but it is definitely a requirement. If it feels like there are different steps or multiple steps to this process, then you can use Northwest, because you are using them as a business service at the end of the day, to assist you. Okay? And this is what's going to separate you from the pack, from other people on TikTok Shop, or people who can't be bothered to set up an LLC or quit entirely, to be honest, because this is how easy it is to win when you just pay attention to how to set up a business. If you already have an LLC, then it's completely fine to use that as long as there isn't any business activity on the LLC that you already have for tax reasons. If you set up an LLC to sell cars years ago and the LLC is still declared as a car sailor, right, and you've made money from that, then I wouldn't recommend reusing the LLC, okay? If in doubt, just start a fresh LLC. Like I say, you will need an EIN. This is your business's version of a social security number. It's what the IRS uses to identify your company for tax purposes, and banks use it to open your business account. Again, a business account has its own benefits because it's a secure payment processor and it is tax efficient for handling suppliers. You should not just use your current personal account when accepting funds from TikTok Shop. The free method, like I say, to get an EIN is to go to the IRS website and just apply online. Now, in terms of creating your operating agreement, you can go ahead and use Northwest for some advice on this. It's just going to go through who owns what percentage of the business, how the profits are split, and what happens if someone leaves or new members join. If you're using Northwest, they will include a simple operating agreement template inside your dashboard. You're going to open your business bank account. A business bank account is, like I say, where you will receive funds for your business. You will provide your business bank account, your articles of organization, your EIN letter, operating agreement, and your photo ID. You can also open an account with Mercury or Relay if you are in the US. If you're from overseas, then you're going to have a problem opening a bank account. In this situation, you can use a US representative. We go through this in the premium course. Open up your business bank account, and like I say, that will be used to accept funds, and you'll only open a business bank account when you have your LLC set up, we would recommend. So, in terms of just staying compliant, you're going to note that the last part is just keeping your LLC in good standing. Each state requires a simple annual filing, usually a small fee and a quick online form. Again, this isn't going to be a problem until you start making money anyway. So when you guys grow and I wish you all the best success with your TikTok shop and you start making profit, this is what you're going to do at the end of the year. Other states might just require an annual report once a year. Northwest, again, will usually remind you automatically when it's due, so don't miss it. And that's it. Once your LLC is formed, your EIN is active, and your bank account is open, you'll be an officially registered business, and TikTok Shop will gladly onboard you as a new store. In terms of my final thoughts, I just want to say that, like I say, setting up an LLC seems overwhelming at first, but it isn't complicated. People just make it seem that way, or respectfully, they use it as a reason to procrastinate opening their store. Just lock in on this on the next couple of days, get this done. It'll be such a breath of relief when you get this live. A clear reason for why you're starting a state to register in, and a service like Northwest Registered Agent to handle the boring paperwork makes this process a lot more easy and smoother when you know why you are doing this and the benefits it brings. Once you're done, you're protected, you're legitimate, and you're ready to operate like a business owner. It's the single smartest move that you can make early, not just for tax or compliance. Thank you so much for joining, guys. I'm going to go ahead and link this at the bottom of the video. I'm going to link a written guide for you as well, which will be right here. And I'm going to link the recommended websites as well. I do hope that was useful. Go ahead and get this done, and I wish you all the best with opening your LLC.
I'm going to go through TikTok's business models and why some of them suck and why some of them don't suck. Let's go through traditional dropshipping first. This is what many freelancers and beginners sellers have tried to do on TikTok and have failed. You list products from platforms which are already listed on AliExpress or Alibaba. Maybe they're already listed from eBay or Walmart or Amazon or whatever. You add a markup and get organic traffic from TikTok's algorithm. This is usually done through people just searching for your product and making a purchase. Usually people who do this model don't even make content. When someone buys, the seller manually places the order from Amazon to the customer. And this is a terrible business model because the margins are very, very poor. There are much higher risks associated with TikTok identifying this. There's lower dispatch rates, you have no ownership, it's unscalable, and it just generally sucks. It's not recommended and it's fragile. We then have print-on-demand dropshipping. This is completely fine. You can use platforms like Printify, Gelato, and Printful. You upload custom designs and using trends, which are going viral at the moment. The supplier prints and ships each order, and you get 48-hour fulfillment, or should I say 4 to 5 day total delivery time. We then have branded dropshipping. Suppliers allow you to use your brand label on their existing stock. You don't buy inventory up front. They handle warehousing, labeling, and shipping, and you only pay when a customer buys. It usually works best with supplements only, to be honest. It's not suitable for all niches. And this is what we did for our very first product, by the way, branded dropshipping. It was kind of outlawed, though, in the UK. If you're thinking about doing a branded dropshipping for supplements, it can be quite tricky to do this in the UK for many niches, let alone supplements. Branded dropshipping is still possible in the UK, and it is certain, but like I say, it just requires a bit more attention to detail, and there are scarcer suppliers than what there used to be. But it is certainly still a very accessible route in the US. We can now look at white label dropshipping. White label means it's an unbranded product. You order small batches, let's say 50 to 200 units of an unbranded product. You use it to test content and product market fit. You can continue to white label or just move to a private label brand. So with this is again a completely fine business model. The margins are slightly better usually, and it's a great way to not have much risk when starting out because in the scheme of things, 50 to 200 units ordering up front, that's nothing really. And you can get the benefits of improved margins because you can send it to TikTok or third-party warehouses to ship for you. Then we have private label. This is where you order in bulk. Usually in our case, we order 500 to 5,000 units. The supplier customizes labels and packaging to match your brand. We handle the logistics, but this can still mean that we give it to TikTok to handle, like I say, fulfilled by TikTok. This requires a larger amount of investment. Some may say that there is more risk because there is a larger investment. You could say that is in itself the risk. That said, the store health metrics are usually far higher than other stores because there are fast dispatch rates. People trust your brand. Generally speaking, it is a more sustainable and certainly the most scalable business model. Any questions about these business models, just drop them in the community. Go ahead and choose yours. At the end of the day, do anything except traditional dropshipping.
Let's dive into product sourcing. This is going to depend on which model you choose to do, whether you are a print on demand brand, a white label brand, or a private label brand. Print on demand essentially means that the order is only placed by yourself with your supplier once you have an order from your customer. It is essentially dropshipping. That said, we use the term dropshipping sparingly because, as you've seen from my content on TikTok and what I've said in the community, dropshipping is a pretty unsustainable model as a whole on TikTok Shop due to the fees that you incur, due to the slow lead times. Usually there's very slow delivery, and TikTok is going to seriously penalize you and eventually shut down your account if you have slow delivery. So we use the term drop shipping sparingly. The profit margins are lower. There are all sorts of reasons why we aren't usually pro dropship. With print on demand, we can at least start a business, and this is a great option for people who don't have much capital to start and they still want a pretty good lead time on their products. So we can use things like Printify, Gelato, all these. If you just type into Google, essentially print on demand supplier, we can vouch for Gelato and Printify, and they will have different varieties of products which you can seasonally tap into. If it's Halloween, you can make Halloween merch. If it's even the summer holidays, then you can sell summer t-shirts with a good design. And these will be your essential print on demand suppliers. And yes, print on demand can work very well on TikTok Shop. We've seen other brands, especially in the US, make tens of thousands of pounds in GMV per month. So this is a good brand and model to start if you don't have much capital. There are still things that you must be wary of. For example, you should verify with your supplier what the fulfillment and lead time and production time is. At the end of the day, we're aiming for shipping that's as fast as possible. If it's longer than 5 days, it's not the best. And when I say 5 days, I mean from order place from the customer to when they actually receive it at their door. If it's longer than 5 days, then I would say that this is too risky to start. So do check that you have a good lead time on your supplier. Hunt around with these tools and you can see what products they have. Best sellers just seems to be t-shirts. You can do framed posters, photo books. Cards always do quite well, by the way. And I've personally bought cards from TikTok Shop myself. I've bought many cards. So this is fine. This is a good place to start. Saying that, if you have capital to start, more capital, then we would recommend the white label or private label setup. And for that, we're going to use Alibaba. You may be surprised to see this in the course. You were probably expecting a very specific private supplier. We do provide that to our premium members, and we do provide direct support with how to find a really good product for your brand. But this is still everything you need to find a profitable product that is relevant to your brand, that's reliable, that you can sell, and it's a product that's in high demand. So when you go to Alibaba, all you're going to do is it's alibaba.com. I think that AliExpress is more for consumers, so do make sure to go to alibaba.com. You're going to check all the boxes that are on the left-hand side here where it says Sprint, Alibaba Guaranteed, Trade Assurance. The more of these you can check, the safer you will be. It's going to ensure faster delivery times, insurance protection on your orders, etc. So always try to work with reputable brands and suppliers. There are a few options here that I'm looking at in the tech niche. Obviously, you can choose any niche that you want. I'll go to beauty for a sec, face care, check all the options, and you can see just how incredibly cheap a lot of these options are. So you can source a vitamin C facial serum for £2, or even less actually. So, for example, if you were to order 1,000 to 3,000 pieces, each item would cost only £1.70, 30 millilitres. So this is all completely fine. And to be fair, these images are actually fire for an Alibaba listing. These are the kind of images that you would want to see on your TikTok shop page. Don't actually rip them off for your listings, but use them as inspiration. They've even got a video. So if this product was in high demand, let's say you're a female brand owner and you want to pursue the beauty niche, or you're a guy and you want to pursue the beauty niche, they're completely fine. Then this could be a good option, assuming vitamin C facial serums are in demand. Now, the thing is, with sourcing from Alibaba and building a white label or private label brand, let's first distinguish the difference between white label and private label. So white label is just selling a generic product that you can source from anywhere and not putting your brand name on it. Let's say I had a brand. If I was just selling, I don't know, we've got whitening strips here, advanced teeth whitening strips. So if I was just to sell these, then the listing on TikTok would just be whitening strips. But private, and they would be sold as seen here, directly from Alibaba. It would come in Alibaba packaging if you were to drop ship it or something like that. But like I say, don't do that because the lead time can be very slow. For the white label business model, you're going to be buying some stock up front and it's going to be sent. You can send it to TikTok for them to ship and fulfill themselves. This is called FBT. We've discussed FBT in another video, and I'm going to go through how to literally fulfill and ship out your orders once you get orders, depending on which business model you go through for. I'm going to go through that in another video. But essentially, a white label brand is just selling the product as it is seen. This is cheaper up front, but it is still not as profitable as a private label brand, which means the packaging is done for you. You get the labels designed. It's got your actual brand name on the product. The thing that you have to be careful of with white label is the amount of stock that you have. And that would go the same for private label as well. What I mean by that is, for white label brands, especially if your supplier is from overseas, the production time for the product could be too slow for your brand. This happens when you sell out your stocks. Let's say you place an order for 500 units and then you sell it out on TikTok. If your lead time and production time is a month, it can literally be as long as a month, by the way, or longer. That means you are not selling anything for a month. That is a long time. That means that 1/12 of the year you are not selling anything, and that is catastrophic. You're not losing money, but you are losing money. What are you doing? You haven't even got a product to sell in your business. So the thing that you have to be wary of is just how much stock your supplier has and how sustainable they are able to keep up with the demand that you could have. So this one seems to be promising 5,000 boxes, so we can assume that they've actually got the stock to fulfill that, and you can sell this yourself. With a private label brand, like I say, there is going to be more incentive for you to order boxes, or well, products I should say, up front, and you should still be in stock for more of the year because the supplier has a reputation with you, or a relationship I should say with you. And like I say, the distinguishing factor between white label and private label is you actually put your brand name on it. Just like we have our brand, Well Edgeness, we put our own packaging on it. And this has its own benefits for the audience to build trust. Your products would then look like that they aren't just purchased from Alibaba. There's something that I want to go through. It's how to talk to the agent once you actually have your products of choice selected. You're going to represent yourself as a manager of the brand that you are working for. Do not say you are the business owner, and do not just send a message like, "Hi, can I have a quote for 100 laptops, please?" The reason I say that is these agents, like this lady here, Eileen Ding, she would get tens of DMs every day from just time wasters saying, "I want a quote for your product, please." And they're not going to take you seriously. They want to only work with brands which are reputable and actually established brands. So you can say that you are the manager of xyzlimited.com. You can say you're a registered business. You're not just some 14-year-old trying to dropship, because they do get plenty of those messages. You can say that you are a manager. And the reason I say manager is because if you say you are the brand owner, they're going to overquote you because they think you're the decision maker. Whereas if you say, "Look, I'm the manager and I'm vetting a bunch of suppliers and we want to build a long-term relationship with you," then they're going to give you a fairer quote. And to be honest, if you DM them, you'll often find that the quote that they give you is even better than the one that is represented on the page. So, for example, these laptops, they're going for basically £73 each. So that's pretty good. You can get a good markup on that. It's not the best. I've seen better, but it's a pretty good laptop. It's a good price. And you would DM this person by hitting send inquiry here and asking for a quote. Say that you are the manager. Say where you're from. And you can even be cheeky and tell them your budget in mind and see if they can work down to it. So essentially, have a hunt around on Alibaba. When you've found a product, send a inquiry. Check that your selling price and your margins would make sense when you list it on TikTok Shop. And I'm going to go through how to fulfill the order once you get an order from the customer in another video. In case you aren't already aware, I've also made a video on how to list the products, how to show product images, etc., and guidance for that. But that is essentially the lowdown on how you're going to source a product. Always say to the person, your agent, "Give me the best price. Tell me more about the shipping times. Tell me more about the best deal you can give me, trade assurance that you have, any other damage protection." These are the kind of details that are going to protect your brand in the long run. So any questions, ping us in the community, and we're going to find some pretty amazing products, because Alibaba, it is still the GOAT for most products, to be fair. There are still some great deals that you can find. Hope that was of help to you. I appreciate that we haven't gone through every single nitty-gritty detail in this one video, but this is going to be more than enough to get you started, get you having conversations with the agents, and get a product of choice chosen with a reputable supplier. Okay, folks, welcome to the free guide on product selection for your TikTok Shop brand. The goal of this video is to choose your niche and identify a range of products, and that could be a range of 1 to 5 products. The reason we give a range of 1 to 5 is because, look, you only need one product to do really well for your store, called a hero product. But sometimes you may get bored of promoting just one product every single day. So having a range of, say, 2, 3, no more than 5 products is completely fine for your store. So product research is more of an art than a science, and this is why the importance of coaching and mentoring can come into this, because it's all very well looking at these top-selling products like this Pet Pivot Auto Scooper for cats that's doing $2 million a month, but you don't understand their margins, you don't understand how they're marketing the products, you don't understand their sourcing. There's lots of misleading factors that can show this number right here, okay? For example, the number 1 brand on TikTok is Goalie, and we know for a fact that this $3 million mark isn't actually even profitable. You may not know this, but Goalie isn't actually profitable on TikTok Shop. They use it to mop up profits on things like Amazon, Walmart, their own store. Okay, so do not be misled or by this revenue. Okay, so as a creator, if you are a creator watching this video, you have a huge edge over most TikTok shop brands because most e-commerce brands are faceless. They don't show up on camera, and you, on the other hand, understand TikTok. You understand storytelling and what hooks people, and you can use that to your advantage. So you should pick a niche that feels natural. You can use Calidata right here to go ahead and choose your niche, something that feels authentic to you. We can look at phones and electronics, and you can work backwards in terms of from this in terms of sourcing products. If I can actually click on it, there we go. So here we have a list of products suitable for your niche, which are selling on TikTok. Ideally, it's a niche that you've already had success with as an affiliate, or it's something that you are comfortable promoting. You should know the language, pain points, and customer mindset. And look, I come from a supplement background, okay? We are very good at promoting supplements. 99% of my affiliate earnings came from that space. You shouldn't force yourself into a niche that doesn't fit your personality. So if I'm a guy, okay, so you'll never catch me selling baby stuff because I don't have children, or women's bodysuits because, well, I wouldn't market that. It wouldn't feel authentic to me. Can you imagine me putting on a bodysuit? So passion and familiarity should come from your product. Just as I am passionate about talking about the viral circle and the community and helping you guys, that's where your passion should lie. So don't listen to people who say that you should only promote stuff that's profitable and not your passion. I think you will go further if you promote something that is part of your passion. You can feel free to try different niches, so switching from home supplies to fashion. You should just understand that this switch, if you choose to switch down the line, will require more research and testing. Now, as a good rule of thumb, you should look for products with at least 1,000 reviews on their TikTok shop. It should be ideal for entering a market early and capturing attention. So, for example, when we launched our hero product, the top competitor had under 1,000 reviews, and that was the perfect time to enter. Once a product has thousands and thousands of reviews, competition is much harder. That doesn't mean you can't be profitable or grow a brand. Just bear in mind that if you're starting your first store, it's something to bear in mind. This isn't about saturation, it's about your capacity as a one-man band to stand out at the end of the day. Now, we use Calidata for in-depth product data. There are other tools that we can walk you through in the mentorship program. That said, Calidata for marketing insights and trend discovery is still pretty good. You should combine both your instinct and technical tools like this to find a good product. As a criteria to look out for, you should be able to price something for around $20 to $50. Just bear in mind that if you price it below $20, you're probably going to have low profit margins, so don't just sell stuff that's cheap. If it's above $50, that's completely fine, but your conversion rate will probably be lower unless you are, say, live streaming the product, where you can really build rapport and trust. So you should look for products that solve a clear pain point, have a high perceived value, are lightweight so they avoid high shipping costs, and have less than 1,000 reviews. Okay? Don't go for stuff that's really heavy, like exercise steppers, can be broken easily, like glassware, or has low perceived value. You're not going to build a 100k a month brand by selling normal toothbrushes, guys. Even if they sell a clear pain point, good oral hygiene, you want to find something that has a wow factor. Again, we can guide you through this if you need help. As for finding household appliances, so let's say you're selling a two-in-one cordless iron. That's a way better prospect to a customer than selling a normal iron if it's a two-in-one. So you can stack value and find a product that has multiple features. You could bundle your items, so an iron with an ironing board or an iron with a steam presser, things like that. And you should also find something that people will actually use. Don't go for gimmicks, don't go for fads. If you can see them using it and getting value from it 3 months from now, even if it's like a phone protector, okay, that's crucial. That solves a clear pain point. If it's something that you can see your customer using months from now and even buying again, even better. So, in terms of, let's talk about checking competition. So on Calidata, you can look at things like the amount of videos made for each product. You can also look at the relevant influencers promoting it. Just bear in mind that fewer videos means less competition and more space for your creative advantage. And if there are more than 50 creators for that product, that can be a sign that the product is gaining traction fast. That means you would have to hop on it quickly before more and more creators flood in. So this is the wrap up of the free guide for product selection. You should choose a niche that you understand and care about. You should focus on products with under 1,000 reviews. Stick to a $20 to $50 price range. Avoid heavy or fragile items. Research using calo data, and check influencer and video counts. I do not want you to spend more than 2 hours researching products before you decide to take action. You cannot afford to spend the next 3 weeks looking at a calo data dashboard. Okay. If you need any guidance with this, reach out to us. Take care. I love you, folks. Let's go through how to get your products listed on TikTok Shop. A listing is simply visible confirmation that you can sell the products on TikTok. It is available to be purchased by the public. I just want to make a quick disclaimer. 2 things. First, there is no such thing as the perfect listing. We have seen plenty of subpar listings sell loads and loads of products, and we have seen some pretty amazing listings with gorgeous images, the best descriptions, make hardly any sales. And that's because content is king. By the time someone has watched your video, all they really care about is checking the price, checking the reviews are okay, and they'll just go ahead and purchase. A good listing will make your product visible. It will mean that it is trusted by the customer. It's not just some lame, boring listing with a white background like you see on Amazon. But essentially, just remember that there is no such thing as the perfect listing. That said, there are some things that you can do to ensure good compliance and basically just improve the social proof of your products so that there's the best chance of them being purchased by the customer. The other thing I want to go through is if you are selling supplements on TikTok, go ahead and ping us in the server, please, because there's something that you have to go through called category ungating. It means that you have to have an FBO certificate, meaning that you have to have your business registered as a food business organization and that you are trusted by the UK to sell consumable supplements. So there is a bit of a lengthy process involved in that, and it's a bit more tedious and complex. We would love to help you out with that. We'll probably include it in either the premium course, or if you just want to go ahead and ping us a message, we will help you get that sorted. So if you're selling supplements, you will need to get that sorted first. That said, let's just get into how to create a listing. You're going to go over to the left-hand side of your dashboard to products, then go to manage products, then go to add new products. Be taken to this page where you will be offered the chance to include a main image and other images. We recommend using about 6 images. The goal of this is to allow the customer to see that you are not just getting from a wholesaler or Alibaba retailer. If you are drop shipping or doing some kind of print on demand order, then it is acceptable, but the better your images are, the better the trust will be from your customer. Your images should include things like benefits, what the material or ingredients are, so features. If you are selling clothing, just show the material on one slide. If you're selling supplements or consumables, show a couple of the key ingredients. If you're selling a fragrance, then include the different ingredients that create the desired aroma in your product, just so the customer understands what's actually in it or what it's made of. Here's an example of an ingredients image that we made for our product. You should also include an actual slideshow which shows the benefits of the product. For this gut cleanse product, we showed the benefits of how it soothes and cleanses the body. It gives you a total reset. If you're selling a turmeric gummy, then you can say how it relieves inflammation, as long as you can prove that claim from your supplier. If you're selling rechargeable mics, you can say that you will have better clarity on your podcast or videos, something like that. As the seller, you already know your benefits. Another image should include a testimonial. This is something that we've experimented with, and it's just an extra layer to that social proof. Go ahead and type out a testimonial. write testimonial at the top or say something like what our customers say. You can use more than one testimonial on one image, that's completely fine. We also like to show a lifestyle image, just a person taking the product or using the product. If you're selling mountain bikes, just show someone on a bike ride enjoying themselves in the sun. The hero image should be the simplest image. You can include a few things like made in UK or whatever, but really the simpler the image the better. This is the hero image for one of our best sellers. As you can see, it's literally just the package. It's also recommended to have a slide on the end which shows how to use the product. This could include safety measures. If it's the kind of product that has a dose, then say take 3 capsules or whatever per day. It's completely fine to educate the buyer on how they should use the product. Feel free to do some product research on other sellers and your competitors to see what they are including in their listings. It should give you some inspiration. The product's name, the category. In our case, we are approved for the health and wellness supplements categories. You will see that not all categories are available. Even for us, we are not approved for the milk and dairy, the drinks category, baking somehow. We are approved for the food supplement category. Go ahead and select your category here. Make it as specific as possible. We do recommend including in the product's name how many capsules are in the product if you are selling supplements. If you are selling a multi-pack of something or a bundle, then you should say how many items are in the bundle. Say if you are selling t-shirts and you are only selling in packs of 3, then say in the product name, pack of 3. When you come down, you'll see that you can make an AI generated product description. Generally, though, we say to stay away from the AI generated stuff. It's not very good. You can look at the description that is used by your seller. You can look at the descriptions that are used by your competitors, and you can write your own. Go ahead and write about who the target customer is and how the product solves their problems. You can write the benefits of the product, and again, if you have any key features or ingredients, you can include that at the end of the description. For a product that we wrote here, we have a strap line, so reset your gut, reclaim your energy. Strap lines can work very well, so if you want to think of a slogan, that's completely fine. If you're struggling with bloating, low energy, or irregular digestion, then small changes make a big difference. Try the Aloe Colon Complex Plus, which is designed to support gut health. Key features, ingredients and benefits, then we go through the dosage. Take as directed for 14 days. Short and sweet, to be honest. If you just go through a benefit, some features, how to take it, and how to use your products if you are not selling supplements, that's completely fine. And just go ahead and enter it in the description. Don't worry about the video section. For the retail price, go ahead and overcharge in the price, because what you can do when you add a discount, which can run forever on TikTok, if you show a retail price which is far higher than what you actually sell it for, it will show that it's currently on sale for like 60% off on the platform. So for the retail price, don't actually show the real price that you are selling it for. Go ahead and enter the quantity based on your stock. Do not overestimate your stock and make sure that you have at least 5 units in stock. You can go ahead and enter the SKU. This is not visible to the customer, but just go ahead and enter it anyway. In our case, for this listing, we have some product compliance that we need to go through. We should include clear images of the front and back of the product's label and packaging that show all important information in English. This should include the product name, ingredients list, best before, shelf life, necessary warnings, etc. Just fill out anything that TikTok needs to give you. This isn't always necessary, but it is recommended to include because they may ask you for it later. Go ahead and fill out any other information that it asks you for right here. Safety warnings, you can go ahead and include anything not suitable for breastfeeding women, only take if you're 18 plus. For the shipping, the package weight and package dimensions, this is pretty self-explanatory. We're going to go through how to source and label your product in the future. We're going to go through how to go ahead and submit that for review. That's the blue button in the top right. When you first submit the product, it will immediately show as suspended in this section here. Don't worry about that. It does that for every product. That's just the AI deciding if it should be put into the review section for a moderator. TikTok decides if it wants to make the products live by first having their AI check the listing and then put it to a person who will manually check the listing. That's it for this section on how to list your product. We will support you in the community with how to make a great product listing image. If you need any help with your compliance, then let us know. I've also attached a quick document below this video, which we will keep updated over time. It includes some other nitty-gritty information for you to make sure that your listing is compliant and effective. Please check out that document below because we will keep it updated. I'll see you in the next episode. This video will explain exactly how Fulfillment by TikTok works, including how to use the portal, how to send your stock to TikTok's warehouse, how they manage it, and what it costs. By the end, you should know everything you need to get started, and I will also accompany a document at the bottom of the video just to fill out any additional context. So to begin with, accessing the Fulfillment by TikTok option is simple. In the main TikTok Shop Seller Center, you'll find the Fulfillment by TikTok link under the Orders section. If you're using a child account, you might not see it directly, but on your main seller account, it will appear. Clicking on it takes you to the Fulfillment portal. Once you're in the portal, you need to sign up for FBT. It's a quick process where you fill out a form with seller information. Once submitted, TikTok will set up your Fulfillment account automatically, usually within seconds. Before you can use FBT, you must have your products live and listed in TikTok Shop. If you haven't already, go to your seller center, create the product listing, and make sure it's approved. Without live products, you can't proceed to add them to the fulfillment system. FBT, it's like its own little different system and part of TikTok compared to TikTok Shop. You should kind of see TikTok Shop as your storefront for marketing and FBT as a separate kind of part for your fulfillment. Once your products are live, you'll go into the goods section of the FBT portal to add them. You'll select Create Goods and choose from the products already listed in your seller center. TikTok will automatically pull in all necessary products details, such as the name, dimensions, and weight. After confirming, your items will show a matched status and fulfillment approved, meaning they're ready to be fulfilled by TikTok. The next step is barcoding. So TikTok's warehouse requires that every unit you send has a scannable barcode. You have two options here. First, you can use a universal UPC barcode that you can buy in bulk, usually sold in batches of around 30 barcodes. Problem is, they cost about £5 to £6 each. It's terrible. This option works across multiple marketplaces, or if you have quite a high value product, this can work quite well. However, the simpler and free method is to use TikTok's internal barcodes. TikTok will generate a unique barcode for each product, specifically for their fulfillment system. You can download and print these barcodes for free. This approach is generally recommended because it saves money and it integrates seamlessly with TikTok's system. Applying the barcodes depends on your product type. For packaged goods like supplements, your designer can simply add the barcode to your label during printing. This way, every unit already includes the correct barcode when produced. For unboxed items or those in simple packaging, like a shaving razor in a poly bag, you'll need to have the barcode label physically printed and applied to each unit. Typically, your supplier will do this for you free of charge. Once your products are correctly barcoded and ready, the next step is to create an inbound order in TikTok's portal to notify the warehouse that you're sending inventory. You'll go to the inbound orders section and select Create Inbound Order. Here you'll choose the warehouse. TikTok typically offers one main option. To entering this information, you'll choose the delivery method. For typical shipments that are under around 30 kilograms per carton, you can select small parcel. You'll also provide an estimated arrival window so TikTok knows when to expect your stock. Once you complete the inbound order, TikTok will generate carton labels for you. These are crucial. You'll download these labels and send them to your supplier, who will print and affix one label to each carton. This way, when the shipment arrives at TikTok's warehouse, staff can scan the carton labels to instantly identify your inbound order and the associated products. After your supplier applies the carton label and ships the inventory, TikTok's warehouse receives it, scans it, and stores it in their facility. At that point, your stock is live in the FBT system and ready for TikTok to pick, pack, and ship directly to your customers when orders are placed. So let's talk about costs. TikTok offers a very competitive starter pack. It has 90 days of free storage and free fulfillment for up to 15,000 orders, valid until later this year. Beyond that, there are volume based discounts. If you process over 5,000 orders per month and 60% of them use FBT, you'll get a 20% discount on fulfillment fees. There are also better discounts available for sellers with over 20,000 orders per month. Another big benefit is that TikTok subsidizes shipping for your customers. If an order value is over £22, TikTok will cover 100% of the standard shipping cost. Your customers can choose between next day and standard shipping options. There are a few extra fees to be aware of. If you send inventory to TikTok's warehouse without item level barcodes, TikTok will charge you 60p per unit to do the labeling for you. That's why it's best to have your supplier apply these barcodes in advance, which is usually free. Finally, if you have slow moving or unsold inventory sitting in TikTok's warehouse, you can always create an outbound order to have it returned to you or sent elsewhere. TikTok charges per unit for these returns, but it does give you flexibility to manage your stock. In summary, the whole process works like this. You list your products on TikTok Shop, add them to FBT, generate and apply the required barcodes, create an inbound order with accurate carton details, send cartons to your supplier, and have them ship the stock to TikTok's warehouse. Once received, TikTok handles storage, picking, packing, and delivery to your customers, with excellent shipping subsidies for orders over £22. That is everything we need to know for now to get started with FBT. Go ahead and ask any questions in the community. We would be happy to help.
This is going to be a rundown on how to grow your brand by using the affiliate marketing function within TikTok. Obviously, TikTok affiliate marketing and getting as many creators to make videos for your product as quickly as possible is an awesome thing to passively grow your brand. At the end of the day, you are just one creator who is making content for your brand. We'll be going through how to make content in other modules. That said, there's something that I just want to say as a caveat before we get into this. Just a one-man band, just you making content alone for your brand is more than enough to hit those 10k, 20k, 50k months. 90% of the revenue that we have made per month for our brand has come from myself. The other benefit, obviously, of making content is you don't have to pay out an affiliate commission. So you're going to be saving like 15% in costs compared to getting other people to make sales for you, but still paying them. So, like I say, just wanted to say that the more content you make, the better your content is, the more money you're going to make, and you will be in control of your brand. So go ahead and log into the Seller Center. Go over to the left-hand side, click Affiliate. We're first going to look at Open Collaboration. This is the simplest part of the Affiliate Center. This essentially means that all of your products, or well, your selected products, are available to be added to the creators showcase. They are publicly visible to creators on the TikTok Shop platform. As soon as you make a new listing, it will automatically be added to Open Collaboration. TikTok just assumes that there wouldn't be a reason why you wouldn't want other people to find and promote your products. And if you go ahead and scroll down, you'll be able to see your stock, the commission rates that you will set for the products, and you'll also be inputting the amount of samples that you have available to send out. Because obviously sending samples is still something that you have to consider when it comes to sending out your stock. We can go ahead and look at how to select the commission rate by tapping the little pencil by the shop button. As for shop ads, we would recommend probably setting this at around 5-6%. It possibly depends on the products that you have. All this means is the commission will be less for creators when the product makes a sale, which has come from a paid advert. Because when you are putting money down and investing in shop ads and someone buys from the creator's video, you don't have to pay as much commission to the creator. If you are investing money, if you are paying for the advert, you pay less to the creator.
If it's from organic, then the standard is 15%. I'll explain this in a bit more depth in the document, which will be attached to this video. When you go to free sample over here, if you just use the wheel on your mouse, if you want to scroll over, and hit the pencil icon by where it says free sample, we'll go through here on the definitions on how to select and give out your samples. So a refundable sample option is here. This means that creators have to pay for your product up front and they get their money back once they have made a sale. This is an option that you can turn on or off. You can even make a criteria here. So we've set it for this product, they must generate 3 orders in order to get their money back on the product. This saves you sending out products to creators that have no intention of actually making sales. They just want a free product. That said, even a good creator may shy away from requesting a sample if it's a refundable sample. Most creators, even the best ones, they just want to get a sample straight away and not pay for it up front. We've set it quite high here. We would probably recommend for most products just lowering it down to generating 1 order for them to get the refund. We do offer free samples. The sample quantity we've set to 50. Creators won't be able to submit requests once all samples are gone. This depends on your stock. 200 in stock, it makes no sense setting the sample quantity to unlimited or even 100, because by the time they get the sample, they make content, then you're out of stock, and then you've got an angry creator because they've made content for a product that isn't even in stock. Use your best judgment on how many samples you want to set out. Set the request period to indefinite, because this doesn't matter as long as your sample quantity is in check, and set it so that all SKUs are available. You can choose the creator category, so only creators with data above your threshold can request samples. So for this, you can choose the category, fans number. I don't know why it says fans, it means followers. You can set it to 0, that's completely fine, because followers don't matter really for making sales on TikTok anyway. When I was doing like 40k GMV a month, I only had 8k followers, so always set it to 0. I don't know why TikTok is trying to pretend that it's some kind of influencer platform that cares about followers. Followers do not matter. You can set the sales volume as low. The criteria really is as low as 40 to 80 pounds. It shows the benchmark, unfortunately, for a lot of creators that are on this platform when we're talking about sales volume being this low, but whatever. You can use your best judgment here on what to input. We've set it to 160 plus or more. That's 160 pounds. Average views per video, this doesn't matter. And the estimated post rate, we often recommend setting this to medium, because if you set it to high, you'll miss out on a lot of gem creators. Set this to medium or potentially low if you're just starting out, that's completely fine. Or of course all. Anything but high really if you're just starting out. And that is essentially it for open collaboration. So the next thing you're going to do is we're going to look at target collaboration. So you can go over to this left part of the dashboard you're already on, hit target collaboration. If you were selecting this from the affiliate dashboard, then you would just go ahead and hit target collaboration just for future reference. So there's a little bit more attention to detail needed for this part, because this goes through how to selectively choose creators, how to communicate with them, how to add them to certain campaigns that you have. So for this part, let's start by looking at target collaboration and pressing invite to collaborate. For this part, we're going to make an invitation. We are going to call it something relevant. I think for some of our invites, it could be something like brand name, so well-edgeness, creator invite, or affiliate marketing partnership, something like that. Valid until, well, set it for the next few weeks at least, because once it's expired, creators will no longer be able to accept or be eligible for the commission offered in the invitation. Add your contact information and your WhatsApp if you have one. I recommend setting up a business account for your brand on WhatsApp. For the message, we use something like this in this structure. Hey, creators username. Our 14-day cleanse went viral and sold over 2,800 units in just a month. Then it sold out. It's finally back and we're looking for creators to help run it up again.
We'll put guaranteed ad spend behind your videos to give them the best shots at going viral. You'll also get script support, GMV reward tiers, bonus payouts, and even retainer opportunities if you crush it. It's a proven winner. Let's make some noise together. Something light-hearted and sales-focused like that, just use affiliate language. They care about ad spend being put behind their videos. They care about their videos going viral and making commission. They are less so, they care that it's sold plenty of units. They don't care that your vacuum cleaner is a one-of-a-kind turbocharge and you're just starting on TikTok. You don't have to give your brand backstory. This format will work pretty well for most people. Set the content type to shoppable video because that's where most of your sales are going to be made from. If you want to look into live streaming, you can live stream for yourself, or you can invite top live streamers from the platform or people who have made sales through your videos. You can invite them to live stream down the line, flat fee per hour. Or you can choose the products that you want to add specifically. Then you can set up free samples. I would say generally manually approve requests. Obviously, this one has more exposure. We always like to say that we should keep in control of our free sample stock. We like to know where it is going, the kind of creator it's going to. It helps your margins. So we would say manually review requests. And you can go ahead and choose creators. You can add recommended creators here by tapping the blue button. These folks here, when I say add from managed creators, these are creators that have already been added to our contact list. And you can add recommended creators because TikTok will give you creators that it thinks will make sales for you. The benefit of this is you get access straight away to people and their content. You can see their GMV, items sold, the engagement rate. At the end of the day, we would say that things like engagement and views doesn't really matter. You can just look at their profile and see the kind of content they're making. See if it fits your vibe, if it's got a call to action, if it's got a good hook, if it's got good lighting. Because some videos, to be honest, they're just lucky one-hit wonders. It's just like a bottom of funnel 6-second video that just did 2 million views by pure luck. It doesn't really make them a good, consistent creator. So some of these videos that I've seen from Alfax RACMs, they're pretty good. I like their videos. I've seen them in the past. So yeah, you can add recommended creators, add from managed creators. I'll go back to the dashboard now, just to show you some of the things that we can go through. So when we look at a invitation that we've already got going, the invitation name was 1,000 plus sold in the last 7 days. We've got our email. This was for NMN. 48 invited. We just set it for one product, 16% commission, £3.84 per sale. So yeah, we would send out that DM. People would request a sample, and we would then manually review requests. So that is the lowdown on target collaboration. Don't worry about invites that are expiring. It's completely fine. We're going to go through, if you just go below here to find creators, you can just manually check out a few creators from this list and you can invite them to manage creators. This is like your contact list essentially. You can see there. So when you set up a new invite in future, you can, when I just showed you here, when you set up a new invite and you scroll down here, see how I just bookmarked that creator, you can add them from this list. So you're essentially making a contact list. Of course, when you've reached out to them a couple times, they don't appreciate you sending up follow-up messages too many times, or you will just get ghosted anyway. Again, it happens. It's all part of the game. Sort by relevancy. You can sort by GMV, items sold. TikTok is pretty good at using data to make some really informed decisions. Just go ahead and check their profile if you want to, see if it's worth sending them a sample. I'm not entirely sure what this part is. View rankings. I haven't really spent much time here. Suppose where you can see straight away the top creators on the platform. You can see them in each niche. If you're an affiliate, by the way, or you're an agency, then this is a great way to just generally source creators and check out content in general. Let's look at creator messages. So when you're on the affiliate dash near the top right here, you'll see creator messages. This will be the DMs that you have sent to creators, and you can see all the DMs that we've sent here. So the last one was sent a few hours ago. So we sent them when you send a creator a DM, there will be 2 points of contact that you send them. So what I mean by that is the first
point of contact that you send will be from the affiliate center, and that will be the campaign itself. So we called our invite, this product sells itself. So that's the first point of contact that you'll be sending them, the first touch point. But as a separate point of contact, you can directly DM them. Our message was, hey, again, if you weren't sure about our GMV rewards, this is what it looks like. We give away iPads and iPhones and stuff. We even ask for their WhatsApp number. This is completely fine. And we send them the rewards campaign as well. So hopefully people will respond. I can show you, people do still respond to these messages, and people are really smart about how they share their data, to be fair. TikTok would not allow the number to go through, but here it is. And then this lady kindly spelled out the number for us to add. So that's great. We can add them on WhatsApp and directly communicate with them. We can send them briefs. Just yesterday, Laura requested a sample, which is fantastic. So this is looking good for us. 7K followers, yeah. A lowdown on target collaboration and open collaboration for TikTok Shop affiliates. You don't need to look into discovering partners yet or anything else, or looking into taps or caps. That comes further down the line. We don't have a tap. So the reason you probably shouldn't do that is taps are selective who they work with. They're going to eat into your margins. Eventually, when you go to the bottom of the affiliate center, you'll see the amount of sample requests that you have, and we can go ahead and manually review them today. If you've got any questions about this, go ahead and ask them in the server. We'll make a little FAQ page for people to refer to in the course for future. Hope this was of value to you. And the sooner you can start sending manual DMs, the sooner you can start making content, getting sales, and then organically attracting affiliates, the better. Target collaboration does work, but like I say, we've been selling on the platform for a while now, and at this stage, around only 10% of our revenue comes from affiliates. That is because I post a lot for the brand, so it makes sense that I'm just going to eat up the amount of overall content, that I'm going to eat up a big chunk of the pie as a percentage of revenue made, because most affiliates, they'll just post one video every other day for a brand and then move on to other brands that are working well for them. So yeah, go ahead and drop any questions you have in the community. I'll catch you in the next one. There are a couple of things that I wanted to go through in this episode on the different kinds of shipping settings, because there are a few things to distinguish. When you first see this section, it can be quite confusing for beginners to see the difference in types of shippings and which is most relevant depending on your business model. Let's simply start first with shipped by seller. This is essentially for dropshippers. Sellers use this method if they are dropshipping because they receive the order from the customer. You then place the order from your supplier. You then manually add a label sticker to the product. You then fulfill it with your courier, who gives you a tracking ID, and then you then go back to Seller Center in TikTok, where you input that tracking ID to confirm with TikTok that the tracking ID has been associated with the correct package. That was a long-winded way of saying customer places the order, you source that order, whether it's stock that you have ordered a few units from at home, or it's, if you're drop shipping, then you order the stock yourself. You get your hands on the stock, you send it to the courier, they give you the tracking ID, you then come back to TikTok and manually input that tracking ID into TikTok so that TikTok can see that you are fulfilling the order. In this situation, you are given contact information from the customer, you're given their address. The reason for this is because you have to see the address when you are shipping by seller, when you're drop shipping, you have to see the address for where you're going to manually send that order to. So this is for drop shipping, and it is tedious. It is a business model which requires attention to detail. You're going to be the kind of person who's filming yourself adding tracking labels to your products and then uploading them on social media. But fortunately, we've never been in a position where we've had to do that because it is a headache. Shipped via platform, on the other hand, is a touch easier than shipped by seller. The reason for this is it already assumes that you actually have stock. If you actually have stock, or you have third-party warehouse fulfillment carrying this out for you. The benefit of this is you can organize pickups and drop-offs for your products, and TikTok will put in the tracking IDs for you for your products. So, like I say, the great thing about this is it's way less manual, it's way less tedious, it's not quite exactly automated as such yet, but it will still require some attention to your store. But that said, it is leaps and bounds ahead of Shipped by Seller. Finally, we can go through Fulfilled by TikTok. Now, Fulfilled by TikTok is the GOAT. It is the top fulfillment method that private label brands, any reputable brand, uses. Nothing against dropshippers when I say reputable. What I mean is this is the most safe, sustainable method. It also comes with the most benefits. FBT benefits, there is they cover shipping costs for orders over £22 and over. It's free for us and our customers. It has faster shipping, and this reflects in your store health. The reason for this is you can just buy stock up front and send it to TikTok FBT, and then when there is an order, TikTok will ship the product out within 2 days to the customer, which obviously reflects great on your dispatch rates. This is the best model, honestly. You should be working towards FBT. So I'm going to attach a document below this video which runs through these shipping methods and the corresponding shipping method for your business model. Obviously, we can rank them from worst to best. You could say that Shipped by Seller has the benefits of, the so-called benefits of drop shipping. Like I say, you may find that it is not sustainable for some people. So check out the document below for a more in-depth explanation on the differences between these models and any extra context that I will be updating to the document over time. So that was the course, and there's something exciting that I want to share with you now, okay? Because there are some important context that I want to include. I haven't included how to build relationships with affiliates. I haven't included using really high-level tools to reach out to affiliates, build a community, get those samples sent out to them, start scaling your brand. I haven't talked about GMV Max. I haven't talked about paid ads. We haven't touched on scaling on Amazon or Shopify or how to make content. There's an extra... We could talk all day about how to make good content for your brand. So this really was 30% of what I could give you. And I hope you took value from it, and I hope you've made the decision as to whether this business model is a fit for you. If you're a creator or you're a brand, then, or you're someone who wants to apply yourself to TikTok Shop, even if you're not an affiliate or a brand owner, book in a call with us. Let's have a chat. I've left a form below this video where we'll ask a couple of questions about your situation, and we'll look after you for an hour on the call. We'll share some more value with you for free, get to know you better, get to know what you want to do with your business better. And if you want to put your heart and soul into this and make money, basically, then we want to talk with you, because we are only accepting like-minded, ambitious individuals who want to make a bag on TikTok, to be honest. So I hope this video was of value to you. I don't hope, I know it was. I'm sure you took away something really valuable from this. We're committed to your success. Book a call, let's have a catch up, and I'll see you at the top. Take care now, folks. I hope that was a good one.